So big picture, when we're a video editor, we want something simple and fast because what is our job? Our job is to reduce the amount of extra time and attention people spend. And so speed does matter in today's age. Cut out the distractions, all right? And the purpose of Final Cut Fast here is we're looking at a bigger picture. We're not just looking at how to choose the best platform. We're looking at how to be the best video editor possible, how to be the most empowered human being. And that's why we choose the tool that gives us the most simplicity and clarity. And that's why Final Cut Pro on MacBook is that tool, because it is the most simple and the most fast. I'm not messing with all these complex systems anymore. These are distractions. We have to know, why are we doing this at all? What's the reason we're doing any of this, all right? We need to cultivate clarity in our mind. And we're not gonna cultivate clarity being distracted. Okay, Final Cut Pro is gonna help you be focused. And that's why it's better than the other platforms. Because as a pattern, a habit pattern as a video editor, if you have to choose one, you wanna choose the one that's gonna give you crystal clear focus and simplicity. That's what's gonna get you what you want in life. That's what's gonna get you laid. That's what's gonna get you results. And that's what's gonna get you the money, okay? I'm sorry, we don't need to be a cringe Hollywood editor. This is just gonna make us more cringe, and it's not gonna make us an alpha male. So if we want to be an alpha male, we got to choose Final Cut Pro, all right, guys? What is the most inspiring? What is the most inspiring platform that makes you want to wake up and make videos every single day? And to me, it's not all the other platforms. It's Final Cut Pro because it's simple and it's fast. And I find that honestly inspiring. There's no point in committing to learning a platform that's gonna make you wanna rip your hair out and then ruin your entire career because you have no motivation. We're not living from the mind anymore. We're living from the heart and we're living from the gut. And that's why we choose Final Cut Pro. It's not a rational decision. There are other features on other platforms with more advanced features. But let's be honest, we want to make videos as quickly as possible, fast, sharp, clear, no BS. Final Cut Pro is your way to go. Don't be a and let's start this show. So this is Final Cut Pro, as you can see. And what I mean by fast is the scrubbing rate. There's no application that scrubs as fast as Final Cut Pro. As long as you have a decent MacBook, as you can see, the scrubbing time is instantaneous. And this is by far the biggest reason why I prefer Final Cut Pro over other platforms, is because it is responsive. I like to have a very responsive platform. I come from a background of being a gamer where, you want to be locked in, you want to be focused and alert. And so responsiveness, even if it's just a half a second of delay between how fast you scrub and how fast the picture updates, it really matters when you're going to be spending thousands of hours video editing, because this is going to hardwire your brain to be able to react to micro adjustments as quickly as possible. All right, I won't keep yapping too much about it, but scrubbing feels super clean on Final Cut Pro, and that's by far the biggest reason why I choose it over other platforms. And you know what Final Cut Pro really is? It's not just an editing software. It's also an upgrade for your mind, And so when you have a fast response time, your mind can also process things at a much faster level. I mean, because what we really are as video editors is we're not just video editors, but we're life processors. We're processing information. Final Cut Pro is a tool that helps us process information. And the faster our software is the faster we'll be able to process things in our mind, and the faster we'll be able to output better results. First reason I love Final Cut Pro is the fast scrubbing time. As you can see, when I scroll through the timeline, it updates instantly, absolutely instantly. It's like crystal clear and slick. No other platform has this response time. I come from a gaming background and I got my gaming mouse right here, and this is super responsive. It's like 1 millisecond because, when you're in the game, you don't want any lag so that you can be laser focused and process things super efficiently. And I believe this also matters to video editing, because when you're in the zone, you don't want any delay, because if there's any delay, your mind's going to be lagging out. And it's not just about the platform, it's also about how fast is your mind functioning. And that's why I love Final Cut Pro, is because its responsiveness allows your mind to also process things at the fastest level. It's not always about complexity, and bells and whistles don't always mean better results, because that might actually confuse you. The best platform is the one that allows you to process information the fastest. Too much complexity is a trap. What's important is the foundations, and Final Cut Pro has all the foundations you need to be an excellent video editor without all the extraneous distractions. And for some things, PCs are better, like gaming, for example. However, when it comes to video editing, file management is very important. File management is a huge part of video editing. It's how fast you can get your information from your files, your camera, onto your computer. And from my experience, file management with a trackpad in the MacBook interface is generally much faster than anything you can do on PC. And so now that we've decided that MacBook Pro is the best for file management, what's the best video editing platform for MacBook Pro? It's Final Cut Pro. The second reason I love Final Cut Pro is the magnetic timeline, okay? The magnetic timeline is extremely useful for people who want to make videos quickly. Let me show you how it works. So let's say you got a bunch of clips cut up right here, and they're all dispersed everywhere throughout your timeline. What can you do with the magnetic timeline? You can select everything and plop them all into a little group. Because the problem is, when you don't have a magnetic timeline, when you want to move clips to the middle of your project, you have to adjust every little clip. I have to say, the one thing I don't like about Final Cut Pro at the moment is using text. That's the only thing. Final Cut Pro comes with a bunch of templates right here, and we can make some text right here just by simply, opening up this text bar and typing whatever we want. But I did find text and captioning on Final Cut Pro to be very laborious. Final Cut Pro is not the best platform for building all of those captions, because you have to create a new piece every single time, type it in. I mean, it can be pretty fast, but when it comes to making a gazillion captions on your video, there are other platforms that are better. The problem with other platforms is that they take hours to use, to export and to render. Final Cut Pro rendering is super fast, and exporting is also super fast. All this is done instantly or in minutes. And let's be honest, we don't have time to be spending hours exporting and rendering our files. It just doesn't work. And when we want to import files, it's so easy. We just drag it from our desktop instantly, boom. That's why I love Final Cut Pro. You can just have files anywhere on your computer in whatever file organization you want. Boom, just drag it in there. You're on MacBook Pro, you can instantly go on your multiple desktop, boom, slide it in there. 4-finger swipe, slide it in there. Another reason I love Final Cut Pro is because it looks good on MacBook Pro. Other platforms that are not native do not look as crystal clear and sharp. And I know this is just a little thing, that the icons are perfectly optimized for MacBook Pro, and that all the little buttons are perfectly optimized for MacBook Pro so that they look crystal clear. But to me, that actually matters. And Final Cut Pro, I found to feel like the healthiest platform to use. And then as a healthy person, you get to make better and better videos. Because if you're using a platform that kills your energy, are you going to be making the videos you want to make? No. You want to be using a platform that gives you energy. And Final Cut Pro gives you energy because it is responsive, it is clean, it is simple, it is inspiring. How we create our perception is how we create the entire world. And we have to understand, as video editors, what are we and who are we? What are we doing? We are creating perception. for the entire world, and everybody depends upon us to create a clear world and a clear perception. So we have to make the best choices at the micro level that will stem into big picture results at the macro level. Okay, it all starts with these micro decisions, and this is why, as a video editor, I choose to use Final Cut Pro, is because at the micro level, Final Cut Pro creates speed and clarity, and that's what we want to create at the macro level. Okay, perfectionism isn't always optimal. However, what we want is like 99 percentile perfectionism. Perfectionism will inspire you to do a lot in your life. But if you have that 100% perfectionism, that last 1% is going to hold you back, because it's never going to be 100% perfect. But you can get 99% perfect, and you can get that 99% perfection with Final Cut Pro. You can get 99% perfection with Final Cut Pro. We do not need that one extra percent that's going to distract us from getting 100 times more videos out there, just because it has this optimal justification central of like this technical. Final Cut Pro will give you 99% of everything you need, but faster. Okay, we have to look at what are we doing in these video editing softwares? What are we doing? We are speed creators. We are saving people time. What is our ultimate goal as video editors? We are saving people time, okay? It doesn't matter. You don't need the best bell and whistle. That's not real. That's going to distract you. That's going to make you weak as a person. You want to be strong as a person, and you want to look at the bigger picture of saving people time. Final Cut Pro is going to save you time so you can save other people time, because we don't got that much time on this earth. And guess what? That's compound interest. That's compound time. We are creating time. We have to be careful about what are our intentions. Intentions are the most important part of your mind that create external appearances. And as video editors, that's what we are. We are the scientists of creating appearances for people, appearances that are beautiful. And at a macro level, we're always creating appearances in our mind. Our mind basically functions to impute things. We create things as we perceive them. So as video editors, we need to understand the function of the mind correctly and understand that we are like scientists of reality. We are creating reality by the appearances we create. So Final Cut Pro, whatever platform you choose, we have to understand we are emulating what is happening in our own perception at the highest level. So that's why it is such a gift to use these platforms, because we get to dissect our own mind, recreate our own perception through Final Cut Pro, through whatever you want to use. But that's it. We are becoming omniscient through Final Cut Pro because we are realizing the mind directly. We are realizing that we are the creator. We are the mind. There are these tools, but at the end of the day, these help take our power back to create perception entirely. So what is our intention? We are clear. Our mind is clear and our mind is fast. That's why we use Final Cut Pro, because we are going to create a clear and fast mind. And big picture, that's going to create us the best results. I hate to say it, but we got to get our intentions correct, okay? Clear and fast. You know, that's what we're here to do. We're saving people time. We're saving people money as practically as possible, okay? These are our intentions. Our tools help manifest those intentions, okay? And Final Cut Pro helps amplify that. It's like an infinite cycle of positive energy, all right? So choose Final Cut Pro. That's the end of this video. Stay woke and peace out.